It's April 2nd, 2023, Sunday, just before noon, and I am outside with my new physical therapist. Now, I have been released from formal physical therapy by the surgeon, but I have hired a new physical therapist who is in charge of getting me out and moving. And here he is, Dr. Blackie Blackfur, my physical therapist. And we were over here the other day. He spent a long time sniffing this, so I'll just continue chatting a little bit about what's going on. Now, before I had this knee surgery, I was taking Blackie out and letting him be a free roaming cat. But the knee surgery kind of laid me up, and when I was letting him be a free roaming cat, I was accompanying him and making sure he didn't go too far afield. And since although I can walk around, I still do not feel that I can get out into the woods on uneven terrain and keep up with Blackie. So he has gone back to the leash. And here he is, waiting to decide where he wants to go. There are lots of birds in the bushes around here, which he's listening to. And he'll have to make up his mind as to where he wants to go. Right now, although it's sunny and bright, it's 39 degrees and quite windy. So it might be a little chilly once we get a little bit away from the house. So I'll see what the therapist wants to do. Blackie, do you want to go and walk? Well, he thinks that we should just wait a little bit. A little gust of cool wind just came through. You can see it was ruffling his fur. So basically, even if I just stand while he sits like this, it's good for my leg because, you know, gets me out, gets me moving, gets weight on my leg. And this is like the 5th or 6th time I've taken him out on the leash since the surgery. And he generally keeps me out for about 30 minutes on my feet, which is, enough. So anyway, the stocking cap is because with the wind it's kind of chilly out. Anyway, we're gonna walk around a little and hopefully Blackie will give me a good physical therapy workout. Well, here we go, out into the sun where he's nice and warm. Now I just have to keep him from trying to take me places that I can't go, such as under the truck. And over here by the roadie garden, these fences around the roadies are to keep deer away from them. They will eat every leaf they can get to. And just a little bit of walking to the edge of the yard as Blackie checks out the remains of a tree that fell a couple years ago onto the rhododendrons. I cut it up and sort of stacked it here, but I never, thinking that I might split it up for firewood, but it's just spruce, which is rotten firewood. Lots of pitch, and it doesn't have much mass, so not much thermal energy. It's almost not worth the effort. So anyway, Blackie is here, sitting on an old spruce log at the edge of the yard, and I just have to keep him from trying to take me into the woods. So we'll see what Blackie decides to do for this physical therapy session. Here we go, we're on the move. See where he's taking me. Can't go too far this way because we kind of run out of path. And we don't want to get into any brush because there may well be deer ticks in the brush, and neither of us wants to get a deer tick. On Blackie, it would be very difficult to find a little blackleg tick because they're so small and they would not show up in his fur. And although I'd find one on me, I do not want to. So Blackie's just gonna sit here, eat some dead grass, and tell me, okay, stand on this somewhat uneven surface, and that'll be good for therapy for your leg. At least that's what he told me. Well, he's taking me out of this somewhat uneven and damp area. We've had nearly an inch of rain in the last couple of days. We had a little bit of snow, and then we had like 9/10 of an inch of rain. He would love to jump across this little ditch and go into the woods, but I cannot allow him to do that because I can't go there. So let's see where we're going to go now. One thing that's happened here over the years is that moss has pretty much taken over my yard. And he's going to go over by the snowplow. Let's see where he's going to go from there. He says I need to do some just weight bearing for a few seconds. And here he goes. We have this little ditch around the periphery of the yard and back that when it rains like it has, flows. There is a little sort of drainage that comes through the woods up there and then around the back of our yard. And the woods here have bedrock down only a few feet, and as a consequence they're pretty wet on the surface. There's not much drainage, and any place where there is rain that falls on it, we end up with pools of water, which makes walking through the woods here rather unpleasant unless you've got fairly high rubber boots. So let's see where Blackie is. Oh, here we go. We're on the move as he gets me out walking. Where are we going? He's quite content just to look around. Come on. No, I can't go there. I can't go there. Good boy. So as I said, walking around out here is good for my leg, and particularly slightly uneven footing on the yard, because that causes my knee to flex around a little bit. We'll go through here. We have all sorts of junk piled up. Probably sniff the tarp again, and hopefully head out into the yard behind our sauna. Come on, Blackie. Come on. Oh, you don't need to sniff that. Well, wait till he finishes. Oh, here we go. He can't make up his mind. As we head, hopefully, out into the yard again. Nope. Nope. I can't go very fast, Blackie. He would love to run, but I really can't let him go on his own. Because as I said, I cannot keep up with him if he goes into the woods. Now, here we go. See what he wants to do. You want to go back inside? Huh? You want to go back in already? Nope. He's going to go this way again. He has a tendency to get the leash wrapped around himself, and it's hard to get it out from under him. So we'll have to wait and see what he's doing. There we go. Because he likes to roll around. Usually he rolls around where there is sand or dirt and gets it all over his fur. Come on, Blackie. Okay, we're back out on a driveway. I'm not sure where we're going. We're going to roll around a little. I think he's telling me that I should get down and roll around. I can't do that, Blackie. And here he is. He's gotten himself... There we go. Got the leash unwrapped. He's not sure where to take me. There we go. He made his mind up. We're going to go out to the road. And maybe walk up the road a little. Nope. Well, hopefully we'll get going again soon. GoPro, stop. Okay, here we go again. I'm not sure where, but we're out and about. And maybe eat a little more grass. And just generally sniff things. You can really hear the wind up there. Fortunately, there's not much here at ground level. But it's definitely windy up in the trees. As we try to see what Blackie wants to do. Sometimes if I tug on him a little like this, he'll go the other way, which is where I'd like him to go. Well, I'll stop until he decides where to take me. Well, we've been here about 10 minutes. I think my therapist is training me in patience. He's out of the wind, rolling around in some dead grass, but he's in the sun. A little wind there, but he's in the sun, which is, with his black fur, is keeping him very warm. I just reached down and brushed some grass clippings off of him, and his fur is probably warm to the touch. So I don't know what his plans are, but he sure doesn't seem inclined to move. So if he doesn't get up on his own in the next 30 seconds or so, I'm going to pick him up and take him in. Because this is not the kind of physical therapy that I need. You know, you're not a very conscientious therapist, Blackie. I know, patience is an important virtue, but still. Anyway. So that is my physical therapy session with Blackie Blackfur today. We've walked a couple hundred feet, and he has spent a lot of time lying around in the sun enjoying himself. So thanks for watching, and hopefully the next time I take him out we'll actually do some walking.